The MOS of a 17 Charlie in the United States Army is a cyber operations specialist, and oh boy is it a doozy. But before we get into the breakdown of this MOS, maybe think about hitting that subscribe button if you are not already subscribed to this channel. Even enable notifications, that way you get notified as soon as new videos go live, including live streams. So let's dive into it with this MOS and let's talk about the job duties of a cyber operations specialist. A 17 Charlie in the United States Army is going to be responsible for things like network support to safeguard the cyber domain, collect, analyze, and report digital data, maintain network defense tools, and a lot more. This MOS is available for enlisted National Guard and Reserve soldiers. And to get into this line of work in the United States Army, you are going to have a high school diploma or a GED, as well as take the ASVAB and get a qualifying AFQT score to qualify you for the United States Army. But specifically for this MOS, it is looking for some pretty high scores on the ASVAB from two specific subjects. That first category of the ASVAB, it is going to look for a 110 score for the general technical section, and then a 112 from the skilled technical section of the ASVAB. So let me give you a little bit of a rundown of what topics are included in those sections so you know maybe what to study for on the ASVAB. That general technical score comes from 3 subjects on the ASVAB. Those subjects include word knowledge, paragraph comprehension, and arithmetic reasoning. Now for that skilled technical score on the ASVAB, that is going to come from 5 subjects that are included in the ASVAB. Those subjects include word knowledge, paragraph comprehension, general science, mechanical comprehension, and mathematics knowledge. Now the training for this MOS will include the typical 10 weeks of basic training, but from there an individual will have to go on to AIT, which is broken down into 2 phases for this MOS. The first phase of AIT is located at Corey Station, Pensacola, Florida, and it is 25 weeks long. After completion of that first phase, a soldier would move on to that second phase, which is 20 weeks long at Fort Gordon, Georgia. Now combined together, that is nearly a year of AIT, but when you combine that with basic training, it's over a year of that initial training before you even see your first duty station. So this is not going to be one of those MOSs where you can come in with one of those like short-term contracts of 2 years, 3 years. It is probably going to require at least a 4, maybe even a 5-year contract for the United States Army to get this MOS. Now before an individual can even start the training for this, they are going to have to clear a background check to make sure they'll be able to obtain a top secret clearance, and additionally to that, they will also have to take and pass a polygraph. And if you are not familiar with what a polygraph is, that's essentially a lie detector test. So the requirements to get into this MOS are very high. They are very strict on this because of the job duties that a soldier will have to do in the United States Army. Now this is actually a fairly new MOS to the United States Army. This MOS started actually in 2017. The first AIT was conducted early 2017. This is a very new MOS still to the United States Army. Also with this MOS, you're kind of restricted on duty assignments based on where you can be able to do this job from. So this isn't going to be the type of MOS where you're going to be able to get certain duty stations, probably not Fort Carson, probably not Fort Irwin, a lot of other, maybe key ones that some people want. This is restricted to only certain installations that have the capability for doing this MOS. As far as the day-to-day operations of this MOS, I obviously don't know anybody in this MOS, but based on what the job requirements are, the duties they'll be doing, the field isn't probably an existing thing. You probably don't go to the field. You probably just work in a building all the time. Deployments probably don't exist. You probably don't do deployments to a combat zone in this MOS because there would be no need to send a soldier to Afghanistan, Iraq, or some other kind of combat deployment to do this type of job when you can easily do it from the United States, from the safety of an office where you need these high-powered machines, these servers, and all this stuff for doing this type of cyber warfare attacks to react to that kind of thing. So there would be no point in going to a combat zone really for this. So I would see that very limited, if non-existent, for this MOS. So the day-to-day thing is pretty much always the same. You're probably always doing the same thing, showing up at the same place all the time, probably not going to the field, probably not having to go on at least combat deployments. There might be some kind of small deployments to maybe Germany or other countries possibly, but for the most part I could see this just kind of solely sticking to the United States. Now with this MOS in the United States Army, there are certificates on the civilian side that can be very high in demand right now. Things like Network Plus, A Plus, Security Plus, all sorts of certifications that a soldier could probably obtain while they're still in the military to transfer with them to the civilian side that are very high in demand. So jobs on the civilian side are probably really great from this MOS. From after serving in this MOS, this could potentially lead to jobs like at Homeland Security, the FBI, the NSA, high-end, contracting jobs for networking and a lot of other IT specific type of jobs that are looking for those certificates. So I feel like it's going to be fairly rare-ish based on those requirements, but if I have any 17 Charlies out there that are watching this video right now, I would love to hear from you guys. How difficult was it to get this MOS? How difficult was it to get through AIT and all that kind of fun stuff? Leave some comments down below, as there are individuals that are interested in this MOS. I've seen it in the comments and everything like that, so I'm going to assume there's probably some individuals that would love to hear from you guys as to what it was like going through AIT and getting into this job field. Because of how new this is, I doubt there's any veterans out there that have gotten out of the military from this MOS, so most individuals are probably still in the military in this MOS. Now, if there is another MOS you are interested in that I have not yet covered, make sure to drop it down in the comment section. I like to look to the comment section to see what MOSs you guys are interested in to get the motivation to decide which one to cover in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, learning about this MOS, make sure to show it some love, hit that thumbs up. Check out some of the links down in the description for social media, Patreon, my P.O. Box, all sorts of stuff. Check out some recommended videos over there as well. Thank you so much for watching. I'm ThatChrisChaos, and I will see you next time. See ya.